Do you wake up in the middle of the night with a sharp, painful cramp in your leg? Leg cramps, especially at night, are one of the most common and frustrating issues for older adults. If you're over 60, chances are you've also dealt with trouble sleeping, low energy, muscle weakness, or stiffness in your legs. Maybe you're taking blood pressure pills or diuretics. Maybe you don't eat as much as you used to. Maybe water just doesn't taste like it used to. All of that matters because your body needs potassium, magnesium, and calcium to keep your muscles calm and your legs pain-free. And as we age, we lose more of these nutrients through sweat, urine, and even some medications. In today's video, I'll show you 5 everyday foods that are easy to find in the U.S., affordable, and packed with the minerals your body needs to prevent leg cramps naturally. No pills, no complicated diets, just real food that works, that you feel better, sleep better, and stay stronger as you age. This is Senior Diamond, a channel for practical, no-hype health tips that actually help. If this sounds like something you need, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. These are the 5 foods you'll want to keep in your kitchen starting now. Now let's talk about why leg cramps happen more often as we get older, and why food matters more now than it ever did. Your body isn't absorbing or holding on to nutrients the way it used to. That's not your fault. It's part of the aging process. But once you understand what's happening inside, you can take back control. As we age, the lining of the small intestine becomes less efficient. Think of it like a sponge that doesn't soak up as well as it used to. Even if you're eating well, your body might not be absorbing potassium, magnesium, or calcium effectively. On top of that, stomach acid, which helps break down food and release minerals, tends to decrease with age, especially if you were taking medications for acid reflux. This means older adults often end up low in key minerals, even without realizing it. Diuretics, also known as water pills, are designed to help your body get rid of extra fluid. They work by making you urinate more often. The problem, every time you urinate, you lose more than water. You're also losing potassium and magnesium. Over time, that adds up. And it's not just diuretics. Other medications like some blood pressure drugs, acid blockers, and even certain antibiotics can interfere with how your body absorbs or retains these minerals. I take pills every day. I feel fine. That may be true, but if you're waking up with leg cramps, it's worth checking what those pills might be depleting. You don't need to stop taking them, but you do need to eat in a way that replenishes what they take away. Here's something I see all the time in my patients. They're eating smaller meals, fewer vegetables, less protein, and almost no fruit. Not because they don't care, but because food doesn't taste the same. Their dentures hurt. They're afraid of sugar or bad cholesterol, or they live alone and just don't feel like cooking. But here's the truth. If you're eating too little, you're probably not getting enough minerals, and you don't need a fancy diet. You just need the right foods in the right amounts. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like. When you're not drinking enough, your body becomes slightly dehydrated, even if you don't feel thirsty. And when your body is low on fluids, it holds on to sodium and flushes out other electrolytes like potassium and magnesium. One small change, like drinking an extra glass of water between meals, can help balance your electrolytes naturally and reduce those nighttime cramps. So let's recap why older adults are more likely to be low in potassium, magnesium, and calcium. The gut doesn't absorb nutrients as well with age. Common medications flush minerals out of your body. Smaller, restricted diets reduce intake. Low fluid intake makes it worse. But here's the good news. You can fix this without drastic changes. That's why I'm sharing 5 practical, affordable, everyday foods that help rebuild your mineral stores. No supplements, no powders, no nonsense. But if this is making sense so far, if you see your own story in this, don't forget to subscribe to Senior Diamond. I'll be walking with you step by step through every part of aging that no one warned us about. Now let's get started. Let me tell you a story I've heard in many forms. A patient in her 65s, let's call her Margaret, came to see me about something silly. As she put it, she said, I keep waking up at night with my leg locking up like a vice. I stretch. I drink water. Nothing helps. She didn't want more pills. She just wanted to sleep through the night again. When we reviewed her diet, one thing stood out. She hadn't eaten any dark leafy greens in over a year. They taste bitter, she said, and I thought milk was enough for calcium. But here's what Margaret and most people don't realize. Kale, spinach, and collard greens aren't just healthy, they're clinically therapeutic foods, especially for aging muscles. What's really inside these greens? Take 1 cup of cooked spinach, for example, about the size of the palm of your hand, which contains magnesium, 157 milligrams, calcium, 245 milligrams, potassium, 839 milligrams, vitamin K1, folate, fiber, and trace minerals like iron and manganese. Now compare that to a standard calcium supplement, which gives you calcium. Yes, but none of the cofactors your body needs to use it well. No magnesium, no potassium, no vitamin K1 to help direct that calcium to your bones and muscles instead of your arteries. In fact, just that 1 cup of spinach covers about 20–30% of a senior adult's daily magnesium needs and almost 25% of daily calcium needs, depending on sex and age. And if you choose collard greens instead, even more calcium, nearly 270 milligrams per cup, with far lower oxalate, meaning better absorption than spinach. As we get older, our muscle tissue becomes more sensitive to imbalances in electrolytes, especially magnesium and calcium. Even a mild deficiency can trigger cramping, twitching, and poor recovery after walking or standing. And here's the catch. Older adults absorb less calcium from food due to reduced stomach acid. We lose magnesium through urine, especially with common medications like diuretics. So a food that gives you all three in a package your body knows how to process, that's not just helpful, that's therapeutic. When Margaret added leafy greens to her meals just 3 times a week, sautéed with olive oil, tossed into soup, or blended into smoothies, her leg cramps began to ease in under 2 weeks. No new pills, no drastic diet, just real food, in real portions. Dark leafy greens may not be glamorous, but they're quietly powerful. They don't come in a bottle, but they outperform most supplements when it comes to muscle health, mineral balance, and long-term strength. So if you're looking for one simple, reliable way to calm your legs, strengthen your bones, and support your heart, start with the greens. You don't have to like them, but you will feel the difference if you find this information useful to you. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to motivate us to share more useful information. Up next, potassium, the quiet hero of muscle health. Most people know potassium is good, but they don't realize just how crucial it is, especially after age 60. Potassium is what helps your muscles contract and relax smoothly. Without enough of it, your legs may feel stiff, weak, or worse. They seize up in the middle of the night with a cramp so sharp it wakes you from deep sleep. And here's the problem. Most older adults in the U.S. don't get anywhere near the recommended amount. The CDC reports that less than 2% of Americans meet the daily potassium intake, around 3,500 to 4,700 milligrams a day. And the gap is even wider in people over 60 due to lower appetite, salt-restricted diets, and medications like diuretics that flush potassium out. But nature gave us 2 delicious, easy-to-digest potassium bombs, bananas and avocados. One medium banana gives you 420 to 450 milliliters of potassium, roughly 10% of what your body needs each day. That might not sound like much, but research shows even small increases in potassium intake reduce muscle cramping in older adults. especially at night. Plus, bananas are soft and easy to chew. Naturally sweet, no added sugar. Gentle on the stomach. Rich in vitamin B6 and magnesium, which support nerve health. For many of my patients, I recommend eating a banana in the late afternoon or after dinner, a time when the body is preparing to rest. It helps refill your potassium stores before sleep, which is when cramps tend to strike. Now let's talk about the avocado. One of the most potassium-rich foods in the produce aisle, just half an avocado contains over 500 milliliters of potassium, along with healthy fats that protect your heart, magnesium and folate to support nerve and muscle function, fiber to improve digestion and blood sugar control. Many older adults shy away from avocados, thinking they're too fatty, but these are the good fats, the kind that help reduce inflammation and improve nutrient absorption. And because of their creamy texture, avocados are ideal for people with dentures or reduced appetite. You can mash half an avocado onto whole grain toast, blend it into a smoothie, or mix it with tuna or egg for a soft, satisfying snack. I once had a gentleman in his late 60s who called bananas kid food until I asked him to try eating one a day for 2 weeks. His nightly cramps cut in half, no new prescriptions, no added supplements, just one banana with his evening tea. So here's your takeaway. If you're waking up with tight, cramping legs, don't just drink more water. Feed your muscles what they need to stay balanced. Bananas and avocados are simple, safe, and powerful, especially when eaten consistently. If you find this information useful, don't forget to give us a subscribe button to motivate us to continue sharing. Coming up next, a food that might surprise you. You might overlook them. They don't look flashy. They don't make headlines. But when it comes to magnesium, fiber, and plant-based protein, nothing beats a humble handful of nuts and beans. This food group is one of my favorites to recommend because it works quietly and consistently, especially for older adults who need gentle, natural ways to prevent leg cramps and support muscle recovery. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral. It helps your muscles let go after contracting. Without enough magnesium, they hold tension longer than they should. That's why a deficiency often shows up as muscle cramps, twitching or stiffness, restless legs at night, trouble sleeping. According to Achana's nutrition data, more than 70% of adults over age 60 consume less magnesium than recommended, often without realizing it. That's where nuts and beans come in. Let's analyze what is in 1 year of that tiny seed almonds. 1 ounce, about 23 nuts, gives you 76 milligrams of magnesium, plus calcium, potassium, and healthy fat. Chia seeds, 2 tablespoons with 95 milligrams of magnesium and 10 grams of fiber. Black beans, 1 cup cooked is about 120 milligrams of magnesium, along with iron and plant protein. Soybeans edamame, 1 cup cooked around 100 milligrams of magnesium, plus a complete protein profile. Each of these covers 20-25% of your daily magnesium needs. And when eaten together throughout the week, they create a steady supply your body can count on. You don't need to overhaul your menu or start sprouting seeds. Here are simple ways my older patients enjoy these foods without fuss. Sprinkle almonds or chia seeds on oatmeal, yogurt, or soup. Add black beans to soups or stews. They become soft and easy to chew. And remember, just half a handful of almonds a day is enough. More isn't better, consistency is. If chewing is an issue, you can opt for unsweetened almond butter, soft-boiled beans, or ground chia in smoothies. I had a patient once say, "You mean to tell me these little seeds can stop my legs from locking up?" And I smiled and said, "They don't look like much, but your muscles know the difference." So here's your bottom line. If you're not eating beans or nuts a few times a week, your muscles are likely working without the support they need. And when your muscles don't get what they need, they let you know. Is this information helpful to you? Leave a comment below to discuss. And don't forget to click the subscribe button to update other useful information. In the next section, we'll talk about a food that surprises most people, canned fish. Yes, sardines, the calcium superstar hiding in your pantry, or as I like to call them, nature's calcium pills with fins. Yes, I know they smell a little strong, and yes, they come in a can, but if you're over 60 and you're dealing with leg cramps, brittle bones, or muscle fatigue, sardines might be one of the most useful things you can keep in your pantry. One of the leading causes of leg cramps in older adults is low calcium, often combined with low vitamin D. Your muscles need calcium to fire properly. Without enough, they misfire, sometimes violently, causing spasms and cramping. The problem: calcium supplements are often poorly absorbed. Worse, some people experience constipation, bloating, or kidney strain from long-term use. That's where food-based calcium shines, especially when it comes with natural vitamin D, which helps your body absorb and use it. Sardines check every box: 325 milligrams of calcium per 3-ounce serving. If you eat the soft bones, and you should, more calcium than a glass of milk. Vitamin D to help you absorb it. Omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and support brain and heart health. Protein for muscle maintenance. I often tell my patients, you don't need to drink milk every day. Just eat sardines twice a week and skip the calcium pills. 2 servings per week is enough to support strong bones and relaxed muscles without depending on synthetic supplements. If you're new to sardines and how to eat them without fuss, mash them with a little lemon juice and olive oil, spread on whole grain toast, mix into egg salad or avocado toast for extra protein. Add to pasta with garlic and parsley, simple and Mediterranean. Toss over a salad with vinaigrette. They flake easily like tuna. Look for bone-in sardines. They're soft and fully edible, packed in olive oil or water. No heavy sauces. You can find them at Trader Joe's, Walmart, Costco, and nearly any grocery store across the U.S. Pro tip: if you're worried about the smell, chill them before opening and add lemon. That neutralizes most of the fishy notes. Don't underestimate the power of small fish. They're affordable, shelf-stable, and packed with what your muscles and bones crave as you age. Not everyone likes sardine. Not everyone chews greens easily. And some days, you just want something cold, soft, and easy on the stomach. That's where this next group comes in. Foods I often call mineral delivery in disguise. I'm talking about Greek yogurt and calcium fortified orange juice. If you're someone who can't eat a lot of vegetables, or you avoid fish, don't worry, you still have good options. These 2 are simple, shelf-stable, and senior-friendly, and they carry more nutritional weight than you might think. Let's start with yogurt, but not just any kind. We're looking for plain Greek yogurt, ideally low in sugar and high in protein. Just 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt provides 250 to 300 milliliters of calcium, 400-500 milliliters of potassium, 20 grams of protein. Natural probiotics to support digestion. That's about 25% of your daily calcium in 1 serving, plus a solid potassium bonus, which is rare in dairy products. And for people who can't chew much or don't like strong flavors, yogurt is perfect. It's cold, creamy, and you can flavor it yourself. Add a few blueberries, a drizzle of honey, or a dash of cinnamon, and you've just made a leg-friendly dessert. Now let's talk about a surprisingly powerful option: orange juice with added calcium and vitamin D. Many people assume juice is too sugary, and yes, regular juice should be limited. But when used strategically, about 4 to 6 ounces per day, preferably with a meal, it can support bone and muscle health without spiking blood sugar. A small glass in the morning or with lunch can provide 300 milliliters of calcium, 25% of daily vitamin D, around 400 milliliters of potassium if enhanced. And for those who don't tolerate milk, this is an excellent lactose-free alternative. If you're skipping greens or beans and avoiding sardines, you can still get the calcium, potassium, and protein your body needs to fight off leg cramps. Just choose a good yogurt, keep a small carton of fortified juice on hand, and build it into your week. No stress, no pressure. You have followed this far. Surely this video is useful for you. Don't forget to give me a like, a subscribe at this time. Now that we've covered all 5 of the most helpful foods, let's talk about something just as important. I've had many older patients come back and say, "Doc, I'm eating bananas, I'm eating spinach, but the leg cramps are still waking me up." And the answer usually isn't what they expect. Mistake number 1, eating without drinking. Muscles are 75% water. And when you're even mildly dehydrated, especially overnight, minerals like potassium and magnesium can't move into muscle cells where they're needed. It's like trying to send a letter without a stamp. The message never gets there. If you're eating well but not drinking enough, those minerals won't be absorbed or used properly. That's why I tell every patient, for every meal with potassium-rich food, drink at least 1 glass of water, especially in the afternoon or evening. Mistake number 2, taking water pills and not replacing what's lost. Many people over 60 take diuretics, water pills for high blood pressure, heart failure, or swelling. These medications pull fluid and electrolytes from your body, especially potassium and magnesium. So even if you are eating enough, your body may be flushing those minerals out faster than you can absorb them. In this case, food still helps, but you may need consistent intake, and in some case, adjustments to your medication plan with your doctor's help. If you're on water pills and still cramping, ask your doctor about checking your electrolyte levels and review your food habits together. Mistake number 3, focusing on one nutrient, ignoring the rest. This is one of the most common traps, taking calcium supplements without magnesium, or loading up on bananas for potassium, but forgetting water or protein. The body isn't a one-lane highway. It needs all the pieces working together. For muscles to relax and reset, you need calcium, magnesium, potassium, fluids, protein. Leave one out, and the system struggles. Balance is key. Mistake number 4, overdoing it in one meal, then forgetting the rest of the week. Another thing I see often, people eat a big bowl of greens or 4 bananas in a day, hoping it'll catch them up. But that's not how minerals work. Your body doesn't store these nutrients like fat. It needs a steady supply, spread out across the week. Food is powerful, but only if your body can absorb and use it. And for that, you need hydration, balance, and consistency. A note for anyone taking medications. If you're currently taking blood pressure medication, water pills, diuretics, medications that reduce stomach acid like omeprazole, or you've had bariatric surgery, you may be losing potassium or magnesium faster than you can replace it with food. That doesn't mean food won't help, but it does mean you need monitoring. Ask your doctor to check your electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, calcium every 6 to 12 months. It's a simple blood test, and it could explain a lot. You don't have to suffer through leg cramps night after night, and you don't have to take more pills to feel better. Just start with small, daily choices, a banana, some greens, water, and the occasional can of sardines or bowl of beans. Your muscles will notice, your sleep will improve, and over time, you'll feel the difference gently, steadily, and naturally. That's all for today. If you're still with me, it means you care, not just about stopping leg cramps, but about aging well on your own terms. If this video helped you understand your body better, if it made you say, "That's me, that's what I'm going through," then I invite you to subscribe. And if you know someone else who's struggling with nighttime leg cramps, share this video with them. It might be the thing that helps them finally sleep through the night. Take care of yourself I'll see you in the next one.